him from the OC, but you will now know him from Southland, the superb new NBC series which debuted this Thursday, succeeding a little show called ER. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, George Clooney once told me that if ER had been on a Friday night, he would not have become the movie star that he has.
Right.
Now you've got that slot. Do those kind of things go through your mind? You've got the prime slot on our network.
Well, there's only one George Clooney, and unfortunately, I am not he.
Not yet.
So,
you're
you know, you can always dream, right? There's always the dream. No, we've got a great time slot, and we have, like you said, we have the producers of ER, John Wells, Chris Chulak, behind the show. So we've got the pedigree, and I think the show is hopefully as experimental as ER was back in its heyday, back in 1994. You know, back then, ER was known for being cutting edge, and I think this show is going to take that to a whole new level.
Well, I saw the first episode, and even if you have the sound off, which is not the way I watched it, it's cutting edge visually because of the handheld cameras and the digital video and all that. It takes you right there, right behind the badge.
Yeah.
Now, were you looking for something when the script came to you as far removed from the OC as possible because you found it with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Absolutely. I wasn't necessarily looking to get back into television, but my agent sent me the script and I flipped out. The characters are the writing is very realistic. It's not overwritten. There's a lot of subtext to whatever's going on screen between the two characters. And what's great about Ann Bitterman's writing is she can write a variety of characters, not only the rookie, but the training officer, the detectives. She really has a whole sort of array of characters in here.
There's a price you pay for being on a cop show as opposed to the OC. No teenage girls running after you in the streets, right? Did you miss that?
Yeah, no, well, you know, it's sweet.
Now, you're about the only economics major I'm going to run into today. When is this recession going to be over?
Oh, yes, you're right. I'll predict that for you. God, I hope soon. I hope soon.
You're from Austin, Texas, University of Virginia. Where's the drawl? Where's the accent?
Well, I've learned that if you speak with a southern accent, people take you less seriously, that they think of you as a little less...
Particularly if you take your shirt off. Well, never
less
mind.
Intelligent. We won't. Let's not get into McConaughey here. Come on.
But how long did it take you to lose that, or did you never have it?
I never really had it. My parents are both from the South, but don't speak with too heavy an accent. And Austin, where I grew up, is a pretty cosmopolitan place. So.
LBJ Museum, I've been there. You play a rich guy who's a cop in this movie, in this show. And it's in the first episode, at least, they call you Tori Spelling in Beverly Hills, and they make those... From what you've seen, is that kind of taunt going to continue, or you don't want to give it away, or do you like that?
You know, what I like about it is that first of all, I think it's realistic to the characters. If there were a young trainee from Beverly Hills and his training officer found out about it, you can only imagine the amount of grief that he would give him. So it's realistic. Second, it's kind of inside baseball because obviously I was on a show for 4 years that was it is not too dissimilar from 90210. So if the characters are referencing that, then I think the audience can appreciate the ironic humor of that. But yeah, I mean, I think that he will only take it so far, and you'll see pretty quickly he'll turn the tables.
Speaking about baseball, as I do when I'm speaking about nothing else every day of my life, one of the gangbangers in this episode that I saw had a big L.A. Dodgers logo on him. I don't know if this is the guy, but you walked up to an actor and talked about getting the makeup on. Was that the guy?
I mean, what we're trying to do is use as many real-life people as we can. We have real cops playing the background extra cops, and we have real gang members playing the gang members. And I walked up to the guy in between takes. He's got this huge, he actually has an M, kind of like the Michigan, University of Michigan slogan. And then he's got L.A., like the Dodger thing, carved into his neck. And I come up to him like, man, how long did that take you in makeup? That is really... He's like, it's not makeup. I'm like, okay. So what are you up to? He's like, I just got out of prison. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, good talking to you. We wanted to use him for the third episode, right? He's the pilot actually almost starts on a shot of him, really. He's getting put into a patrol car because he's just been involved in this shooting. And we wanted to use him for the third episode, but he's in prison.
What will you pay me not to tell him that you were president of the National Honor Society?
All the money I have. I mean, what's great is that I feel very much like this kid.
I was waiting for that question.
You know, I am out of my depth sometimes when I come to this.
How can you imagine that they went down and got real gangbangers? Oh, are you guys getting out of prison today? We got another job. How do they do that?
Well, you know, I think I mean, we're really trying to blend a sort of series drama with an episode of Cops. We're trying to both in the way we shoot it, like you said, with these digital red cameras that have been used in film but are pretty new to TV. Very light, very flexible. You know, we can do all handheld. They're literally, some of them can be about the size of your palm, so you can place them. You could literally place them underneath you, to the side of you. We'll call cut, and some cameraman will walk out of the bushes with a camera. And, what? I didn't know you guys were there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Something tells me that in addition to starring in the show at an early age and now co-starring in a big ensemble NBC production, what also impressed you about the progress of your career was getting your caricature done in the New Yorker magazine.
That was great. Yeah, that was great. I remember, because I grew up reading the New Yorker. My parents always read it.
Remind me to tell that guy that about you, too, that you grew up reading the New Yorker, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my dad really, he got the print from the actual artist, and I have that hanging in my house.
Were you a Capitol Hill intern?
I was, yeah.
For your local congressman?
Right, for Lloyd Doggett, who's a congressman from one of the two congressmen from Austin. My sophomore year of college, I was an intern on the Hill.
When this show is a success, as I suspect it will be, given the time slot, given the quality of the show, given the pre-release buzz of it, will your mother stop saying, as my mother said all her life, if this doesn't work out, you can practice law?
I
didn't know you were Jewish.
I hope so. Yeah, I know. That's how I feel. I mean, she continues to say that, pretty much. I think hopefully now. There's always law school. There's always Mom.
This is Ben McKenzie, who may go to law school to make sure his contracts don't have anything silly in them. Trust me, it's very helpful. The show is called Southland, and I predict, not just because it's an NBC show, because I've seen the first episode, that it's going to be a big hit. Continued success to you, and good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.